write true or false. If false, change the statement so that it is true. So students, here there are statements. We need to tell whether it is true or false. If the statement is false, then we have to correct the statement. So the first one is, actin is present in thin filament. So here let us observe the diagram. So actin, it is a structure of a sarcomere in which the light and the dark bands are present. So the light band has only active filament and the dark bands has got myosin filament. So actin is present in the thin filament is a correct statement. So the I band has got only actin and this is a thin filament. So the statement is true. Now the next statement, H zone of striated muscle fiber represents both thick and thin filament. So let us see whether the statement is true or false. Now this is the H zone of myosin filament. So here this H zone is present inside the anisotropic band. This whole region is called anisotropic band. It is called so because there are two different types of proteins, actin and myosin. And there is a particular region called H zone which has only myosin filament. So this is about the H zone. But here they say H zone of striated muscle fiber represents both thick and thin filament. But here if we see the diagram, it has got only thick filament. Thin filament is not present. So this statement is false. So the statement is false. So the answer is H zone of striated muscle is the central part of the thick filament. It is not overlapped by the thin filament. So in the picture also we can say there is no overlap of the thin filament. The overlappment is only here, which is outside the H zone. Next one. Human skeleton has 206 bones. So the total number of bones in human skeleton is 206. So students, yes, this is a true statement. Take the division of the human skeleton. It is divided into axial skeleton, this one, and appendicular skeleton. So the shoulder bones, the upper extremities, the hip bones and the lower extremities, all of these come under appendicular skeleton. So the axial skeleton has got 80 bones and the appendicular skeleton has got 126. So the total will be 206. So this statement is true. Next one. The next statement says there are 11 pairs of ribs in humans or man. So again the statement is false. So there are total 12 pairs of ribs in the humans. So these are 7 pairs of true ribs, 3 pairs of false ribs and 2 pair of floating ribs. So totally there are 12 pairs. So the statement is false. The true statement is there are 12 pairs of ribs in man. Next one. Sternum is present on the ventral side of the body. So the statement is true. So the sternum is present on the ventral of the rib cage. So this is sternum. So the 3 bones together forms the sternum. It is present on the ventral side. On the dorsal side we can see the spine or the vertebral column. So the statement is true. So these were the statements. So we learned whether the statements were true and we have corrected if it was false.